Module 1.06, absolute value. Let's say you decide to run a mile. You're running forwards, you run 1 mile. Well, let's say you decide to run backwards and you run a mile. Is there any difference in the distance that you ran between running forwards and running backwards? Or did you run a mile either way? You can't run a negative mile. Absolute value is the distance from 0 on the number line. Since distance can never be negative, absolute value can also never be negative. Doesn't matter which direction we move from 0, whether we move in a positive direction or a negative direction, we still move a positive distance. In order to simplify absolute value, we first look at these bars that identify absolute value. You look at the number inside, and the absolute value of a positive number is a positive number. And the absolute value of a negative number is a positive number. Absolute value is always positive. Absolute value is also a grouping symbol. Operations must be performed inside the absolute value bars before the absolute value is taken. So for example, if we have 2 plus 7 located inside absolute value bars, we first add those numbers together, then we take the absolute value of it, which again is always positive. 4 minus 8 inside the absolute value bars, we subtract first, then take the absolute value of it, which is always positive. Here's some more examples using absolute value as a grouping symbol. 2 times the absolute value of 3 minus 8 is 2 times the absolute value of negative 5. The absolute value of negative 5 is positive 5, so we have 2 times 5, which gives us 10. Negative 9 times the absolute value of 2 minus 9 gives me negative 9 times the absolute value of negative 7. The absolute value of negative 7 is positive 7. So I get a negative 63. Now in this case, I got a negative answer because of this negative 9. That didn't change. 4 times the absolute value of 1 minus 6. It's 4 times the absolute value of negative 5, which is 4 times 5, which is 20. If I have two absolute values, I take each operation inside and complete those first. Then I take the absolute value of each number. Then I perform the subtraction in between. 5 minus 12 is negative 7. 1 minus 5 is negative 4. Absolute values gives me 11. Here are some more problems. Why don't you pause the video, try them on your own, and then come back on it after you've been done, and we'll go over them together. So how'd you do? Combined all of the operations inside the absolute value, took the absolute value to get positive numbers, and then performed the operations, multiplication, addition, and subtraction that were required.